White screen totally visible, all of you students?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Visible.
Okay. Statistics. So what is statistics? Its origin actually from statis, from the Latin word statis. It's from Latin word statis. And what is the meaning of the statistics? Actually, it has a two meaning first of all. Two base. One for the singular, second from plural. First, we define plural. Why? Normally, all statistical data we observe or we follows in our normal calculation oriented problem, plural. That is human related things and others data. This is the from the plural based from the statistical, and singular this almost from the scientifically behavior. Whatever singular, whatever plural, normally statistics covers all types of data orient matter, that is age, that is weight, that is height, that is price, whatever. Mainly statistics covers all types of data. Okay, and obviously in your syllabus statistics covers only the data orient fact. Okay, and this data obviously represented in the tabular form and also the graphical presentation. Okay, first we make for this the tabular presentation on this. Tabular presentation, how can we solve this problem as a tabular presentation? Tabular presentation, that means obviously there exists a range. Suppose in your locality, uh, after COVID situation, all of us obviously take the vaccination. So in your locality, suppose the vaccination program was started at the very beginning. Some ages are considered here. Suppose 15 years, 18, 20, 16, 32, 25, 27, 40, 60, 51, 59, 45, 23, 19, 19, 21, 32, 45, 46, 55, 62, 65. ओके, क्या सोचते हो मैम? जस्ट क्यों नहीं नंबर यहाँ पे लिखते हैं? ऐसे नहीं है ये एक्चुअली। तुम्हारा जब सपोज तुम्हारा लोकेशन का कुछ पर्सन का एज 15 years, 18 years, 20 years, 16 years, 32, 25, 27, and so 40, 60, 51, 59, whatever. Okay, so this type of people, up to which type of classification is followed for this type of people? How? we make a range for this classification. Okay, and represent how many number of people in this age group completed the vaccination program. Okay, suppose the 15, 18, 20. First we observe what is the lowest age here. What is the lowest age?
15.
15.
15, ma'am.
15. And highest?
Highest 59.
65,
69.
65,
62.
65, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Five.
So uh,
65.
65. Very good. In total presentation, you first make the lowest and to suppose the someone. So you take first age for this 10 to 20. Then you go for 20 to 30. Then for 30 to 40. Then for 40 to 50. 50 to 60. And for 60 to 70. Clear? All of you clear for this tabular presentation? How?
Ji, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay. Okay. Whatever any doubt, ask me. Don't be hesitation. Then, this age group, 10 to 20, how many people are there? Obviously, from 10 to 20, you take 15, 18, 20. Better this 20 you take for this next class, 15 and 18. 2. So it is possible. Suppose this data is very small area covered. How many numbers are there normally? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay. Suppose you have the numbers here, 50, 60 numbers here. It's not possible for counting 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not possible. So how can we better calculation for the counting the figure, how many person in the range for 10 to 20? Any guess? How can we calculate up to 10 to 20 how many people are here? Any guess? Anyone?
Ma'am, first we have to arrange it in ascending or descending order. Then it will be easier for us to count.
Suppose you have total 55 data here. It is possible. Arrange for the ascending.
No, that in that case we should go for frequency.
हाँ, ऑब्वियसली फ्रीक्वेंसी में तो जाना होगा, बट फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब तो नंबर ऑफ पर्सन, तो उसको पहले और एक चीज है, इसको कहते हैं टेलीमार्क.
Yes, ma'am.
मैं वही तुम लोग को पूछती हूँ. ये टेलीमार्क क्या है? 10 to 20. ओके, मतलब 10 और 20, ये दोनों को बीच में कौन कौन नंबर है? 15 इसके लिए एक टेलीमार्क, 18 सेकेंड टेलीमार्क, और बताओ
16.
16 और एक, उसके बाद
19.
19.
2 19 है ना?
Yes,
तो
ma'am, 2 9.
हाँ हाँ, तो क्या करेंगे हम लोग? यहाँ पे एक 4, और जो दूसरे वाले है ना, टेलीमार्क कैसे होता है? 1
हॉरिजॉन्टल
2 3 4, जो फिफ्थ है ना वो ऐसे
हॉरिजॉन्टल आता है.
स्लैंटिंग करके.
एकदम कंप्लीट. अच्छा,
Ma'am, if we directly represent it in number, then why should we go for telemark?
यहाँ पे बहुत कम नंबर है इसलिए प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है, बट बहुत ज्यादा कलेक्शन है तो प्रॉब्लम हो जाएगा. सो टेलीमार्क इज अ बेटर ऑप्शन.
Okay, ma'am.
नेक्स्ट 20 to 30. यहाँ पे एक है 20,
20, 25,
25,
27,
27,
23,
23,
23,
21.
21,
21. Okay. 30 to 40,
First 30, 32.
32.
32
32 32 and 2 है 32 मैम.
क्यों 32 है? कोई टेली मत रहेगा। मतलब 32 एज में 2 पीपल के वैक्सीनेशन कंप्लीट हो चुके हैं। फिर
और नहीं है मैम।
40
और नहीं है।
40 मैम.
हाँ
40 to 50.
बताओ 40 है और है
45
45 है।
2
46 46 दो बार मैम.
46
46
45
49
दो
बार मैम. 46 yes मैम.
40 45 and also 46 and 50 to 60
51
51
59
9
55
55
55
59
just 3 है.
बस और नहीं है।
26
ये रेंज 60 to 70 के अंदर में
60
60
65
हम्म
then 60 to 65.
60 to 65। उसके बाद हम फ्रीक्वेंसी में जाएंगे। फ्रीक्वेंसी मतलब नंबर ऑफ पर्सन। ये 10 to 20 ये एज ग्रुप में कितना पर्सन का वैक्सीनेशन कंप्लीट हो चुका है? 5% का। 20 to 30 कितना पर्सन का हो चुका है? फिर 5। 30 to 40 में कितना? 2। 40 to 50 में 4। 50 to 60 में 30। 60 to 70 में फिर 30। तो टोटल कितना कंप्लीट हो जाएगा? 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 2 12, 4 16, 16 plus 3 19, 19 plus 3 22। Total 22 number of person completed their vaccination program. So this is your tabular presentation. Okay, clearly understood all of you?
जी मैम.
yes
Okay.
ma'am.
तो ये जो 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60 and also 60 to 70, we assume in our own method. There is no restriction for the what is the range for this 10 to 20. But suppose if in your question it is a range is given, okay, range is given, ये जो 10 to 20 डिफरेंस कितना?
10
10. 20 to 30 difference 10, 30 to 40 difference 10, 40 to 50 difference 10. That means width of the class is 10. Width of class size, class interval, whatever. Okay, width of the class, it's also called class size, class interval. Okay, this 10. Suppose this interval is class interval या class size is given. Class interval or class size is given. Class size or class interval given, that is you make the tabular presentation. One to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30, and so on. Okay. So your class is the 1 to 10, 11 to 20, 21 to 30. So obviously, according to this data, we make the other classes 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, and 61 to 70. But one thing is remembered always, all statistical data and all statistical calculation always consider the continuous series. So what is continuous series? First, look at this one. This is the continuous series. Continue. continuous. Okay, and this is also called the discrete. How do you differentiate this continuous and discrete? Any idea?
Yes, sir.
And the last like 1 to 10, and in continuous again it will start from 10 to 20, but in discrete it will start from 11 to 20.
Okay. As an example, you were right, but theoretically, what do you say for the continuous and discrete? Starting number is lower limit. And end number of class upper limit. So 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40. Okay. Upper limit of the previous class is equal to lower limit of the next class. Upper limit of the previous class is equal to lower limit of the next class. Upper limit of the previous class is equal to lower limit of the next class. It is called the continuous series. And lower limit of next class are equal. It is called continuous class. And obviously, when it is decreased, upper limit of the previous and lower limit of the next class will not be equal, then it is called the discrete class. Like this. So for calculation, always statistical calculation consider only the continuous class, not discrete. So when you have the discrete class, it must be converted to the continuous class. How? Discrete to continuous. Lower limit minus 0.5 and upper limit plus 0.5. This is the method for any type of data. Lower limit minus 0.5 and upper limit plus 0.5. And then when discrete class converted to the continuous class, it is called class boundary. Class boundary. It is called class boundary. So 1 to 10 for 0.5 because lower limit minus 0.5, so it will be 0.5. Upper limit plus 0.5, that is 0.5 to 10.5. Next, 11 minus 0.5, so it will be 10.5. And upper limit plus 0.5, that is 20.5. Now look at this two classes just 0.5 to 10.5 and 10.5 to 20.5. Now upper of the previous equal to lower of the next class. Both are equal. Then it converts to the continuous class. So tell me, what is the third range?
20.5 to 30.5.
Next, 30.5 to
40.5.
40.5. 40.5 to 50.5. And 50.5 to 60.5. And 60.5 to
70.5.
70. Okay. And obviously, any type, suppose you make to the central tendency orient problem, that is mean mode median or measures of the dispersion, whatever, any type of problem, if you have the data for the discrete class, first thing you first make into the continuous class, then you will follow the other calculation. Clear for everyone?
जी मैम.
Any doubts?
Ma'am,
Hello?
No. No.
Okay.
Clear, ma'am.
ma'am,
Yes.
in case the data given is 1 to 10 and the next data is given to 15 to 21 and that like this is when the class interval is not equal. How to solve that?
Normally this type of data is not in a fact, but this type of question is another fact, not this one. Okay.
ठीक है, मतलब आज जो एग्जाम हुआ था ना उसमें से ऐसे ही डाटा देके पूछा था.
हाँ, वो अलग चीज है, वो हम बाद में बता देंगे. ठीक है.
ओके ओके मैम.
वेरी रेयर क्वेश्चंस है, वो बाद में बता देंगे. So this is the tabular presentation. Next we have the graphical presentation. Okay. बहुत सारे presentations हैं statistics में. Any guess? Any idea about?
Yes ma'am, the data is presented in graphical manner like pie chart, bar chart, and like picture,
Histogram.
cartography.
Histogram,
Histogram.
frequency, polygon,
Histogram.
ogives.
Yes
Very
ma'am,
good. Bar graph, pie chart or pie graph, histogram. Number 4, frequency polygon. Number 5, ogives. This ogives is very important for find mode and for median and for quartile. First quartile, third quartile, because second quartile is actually the median. So ogive is very important for the presentation of the median and also the quartile. And this histogram and frequency polygon both are related to each other, because frequency polygon is normally drawn from the histogram also. Okay. Ach. First we discuss on bar graph. So tell me about bar graph. Any idea for it?
Yes ma'am. Bar graph we represent the data in a bar form or the column form.
Very good.
Non-overlapping column form. If we overlap it, then it will become histogram.
Ekdam.
And in x-axis we generally take class interval, and y-axis its frequency, I think.
bar graph actually the representations for the any type of datas rectangular of uniform width. Okay, rectangular of uniform width, and each length of each rectangle is proportional to the value of its presentations. Suppose you have a year 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, and whatever for anything, this is the frequency for it. 10, 14, 20, 16. So which represent our x-axis and which represent our y-axis?
Year represents x-axis and
frequency
frequency
in y-axis.
फिर से और एक बार बताओ, क्लियर नहीं आते.
Frequency in y-axis and year in x-axis.
Very good. You are in the x-axis and frequency is in the y-axis. Okay, and all data for the shape of the rectangle. Suppose this is allocate for the 86, this allocate for 87, this allocate for 88, this for 89, and this one 5, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. According to our data problems, obviously you take the one. And pie chart. What about pie chart?
Ma'am, it is a circular representation of a data.
Ekdam. This is the circular representation of the data. Or total angle is the 360 degree. And this circle is divided in many segments as per your data. And total is the 100%, which is 360 degree, whatever. And histogram.
Ma'am, histogram mainly for the data of continuous series. That means it's like a bar diagram, but it is used for continuous series.
Actually, histogram, suppose एक मिनट मैं इसको थोड़ा छोटा कर लूंगी. 1, 4, 2, 6 थोड़ा छोटा. 5, 6. So for 86, 1986, this is a data. 1 for 87. For 88, it is 2. For 89, it is 6. This is our bar graph. But for the histogram actually it's orient on the class. So when this class, suppose 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30, and corresponding data 4, 2, 3, 1. Naturally, this is our 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 0. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. So 10 to 15, it is 4. Now you make the like bar, but it was a continuous case, not the gap. Bar graph में यहाँ पे थोड़ा gap है, but histogram एकदम continuous. 15 to 20, it makes 2. For 20 to 25, it makes 13. And for 25 to 30, it makes 1. This is our histogram. And from the histogram, you make the frequency polygon also. How? Then for the making for the frequency polygon, you have an idea for another thing which is called the mid value. So what is the mid value? Next, we discuss for the mid value of the class. This mid value actually upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2. Okay. And for frequency polygon, mid value is requirement for it. Just we take the same data here. Can you help me for the data? Okay. Class for 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. And corresponding frequency with it. 4231. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4. This is our 10 to 15, 20, 25, also 30. And this here 5. Okay. So 10 to 15, 4. 15 to 22. 20 to 25, 3. And 25 to 31. Okay. This is our histogram. And from the histogram, we draw a polygon. So we make a mid value for each class. For the first class, it will be 10 to 15. That is 10 plus 15 by 2. It will be 12.5. For the second class, 15 plus 20 by 2. That is 17.5. For the third, 22.5. And for the last, 27.5. Okay. And this obviously presented on a graph paper. तो ग्राफ पेपर में एनी पॉइंट्स को कोऑर्डिनेट होता है, ठीक है. One is the abscissa, second for the ordinate. For any point represent on the graph paper, that is x comma y, because all Cartesian coordinates in the xy plane. So arbitrarily we take x comma y. X is called the abscissa and y is called the ordinate. When any point is plotted on the graph paper, this is the necessary for it. So for the histogram, it is done. Now for frequency polygon, we have requirement for a point for the each class. And how can we make the point? This point abscissa, the first portion, abscissa, consider midpoint of class. And ordinate, that is the second part, is considered the frequency of class. Okay. Abscissa is the midpoint of class, ordinate is the frequency of the class. So according to this, 12.5, 4 for the first polygon point. Tell me what is the second?
17.5, 2.
All of you clear about it?
Yes.
For the third point?
22.5, 22.5, 3.
And the last for the 27.5, 1. Okay. So suppose 10 to 15. Here is the point. This is the point. This is the point. This is the point. Okay. But along with this, there is also requirement for the two endpoints. How can we get the two endpoints? Two endpoint, that means obviously one from the first side and another from the last portions. So for the first portion, that is for the 5 to 10, also requirement the previous of the first class, also requirement previous of the first class. Okay, and it's mid value of the previous of the first class. This is our first class. 10 to 15, 15 to 20, 25, 25 to 30. So any guess previous of the first class will be?
5 to
Between 5 and
10.
10.
Why
7.5.
not 0 to 10?
0 to 10, ma'am.
Why you tell 0 to 10 and
No, ma'am,
other?
5 to 10, ma'am. Its class interval is 5 actually. That's why.
Very good. Very good. There's a class interval is 5. So we can't take 0 to 10. 10 to 15, 15 to 20. So maintain the same rhythm we take for 5 to 10. Clearly understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And obviously when we take the 5 to 10, mid value will be 7.5. So
7.5.
abscissa will be 7.5. And this is the first endpoints. And actually there is no class for the represent 5 to 10. It's our for the graphical presentation. So here we have no frequency regarding this class. So when no frequency, we take the ordinate here 0. So this point will be here 7.5 was 0. And next endpoint, that is the last endpoint, which will be the after the last class. So 25 to 30, what will be the next class?
30 to 35.
35.
30 to 35. So 30 plus 35, its mid value will be
32.5.
32.5, comma 0. Similar, because there is no frequency here. So naturally their frequency will be 0. That means ordinate will be 0. Just you just join the lines. Oh, sorry. Clearly understood all of you about frequency, polygon, and also the histogram?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next we go for the ogives. For ogives, you have requirement for the cumulative frequency. And this cumulative frequency is of the two type. One for the less than type, second for the more than type, greater than type. Okay. So, chalo. First we make a announcement for the less than type and more than type. So cumulative frequency, that means it all regarding your frequency table. Okay. I take example. Eight, 14, 22, 29, 14, 7, audit number, na? 8, 14, 22, 7, 4, 2, 1. The first one, the cumulative frequency. In shorts, you take CF, less than type, more than type. For less than type, how can we calculate the cumulative frequency? For the first frequency, just you write for 8. Then just crossly you have added 8 plus 14, 22. 22 plus 22, 44. 44 plus 29, 73. 73 plus 14, 91. 87. 87 plus 7, 94. 94 plus 4, 98. 98 plus 200. इसको हम 5 लेते हैं. 100 plus 5, 105. This is our less than type. That means you start from the first frequency. And for more than type, you start from the last frequency and you will get the same number, 105. That is from the 5. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 4, 11. 11 plus 7, 18. 18 plus 14, 32. 32 plus 29, 61. 61 plus 22, 83. 83 plus 14, 97. And 97 plus 8, it will be 105. Okay. And for these cumulative frequencies, suppose you have the data for it. Okay. For less than type, you take the numbers and also the upper limit of the class. And for more than type, you take these numbers and the next point, the lower limit of the class. Okay, similar. Just you make the coordinate format, one for the less than type, another for the more than type. For less than type, you take a point 8, 22, 44 and so on as the abscissa, and also with the upper limit of the class. That means 10, 20, 30, 40. And for more than type, you take this point as the abscissa, and next for the 0 to 10 to 20, 30, 40 and so on. And when you draw the both of the less than type and more than type ogives, okay, if in your question is for the only the less than type, it's okay, you draw only the less than type. Only more than, you draw more than type. Very good. But when both less and more than data, but that means less or more than ogives, when you will draw the less than ogives and more than ogives, and these two different line or these two different ogives must intersect each other. Must intersect each other. And suppose this is a point. Normally this line is not here because different data are here. Okay. This point, from this point, is a very, very important point, because if you draw a perpendicular on x-axis from this point, this length of the x-axis, that is the perpendicular point, and the origin, this length of the x-axis is called the median of the data. Clearly understood, all of you? Hello?
Ma'am,
Yes,
like
ma'am.
what will take in the x-axis, like the less than cumulative frequency or the lower limit, the upper limit of the range?
In x-axis, you take the range, that is 0, 10, 20, 30, 40. Okay. That is here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, this one. And for y-axis, you take the frequencies. Now clear?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. All of you clearly understood about the OGIFs?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am,
Tell me.
why can't we use midpoint in x-axis? Midpoint of class. Could we represent midpoint of class in x-axis?
Midpoint.
Midpoint.
Please tell me again.
0 to 10 midpoint is 5.
Yes.
So instead of writing 0 to 10 or 0 or 10 individually, why can't we represent the midpoint in x-axis?
You tell for OGIFs या frequency polygon?
OGIFs.
OGIFs. OGIFs में यहाँ पे जो points set होता है 0 to 10, 10 to 20, all classes represent on the x-axis. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. But instead of using 0, 10, could we use midpoint?
No, for OGIFs, we will not use the midpoint.
Why, ma'am?
It's not requirement for the OGIFs. It's requirement for the frequency polygon. This is the previous case. Mid value is requirement for the frequency polygon. For OGIFs, you have requirement for the class only, and class and with the cumulative frequency. These are the 2 points.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Now clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next, we go for mean, mode, and also the median. First, we discuss on mean. If normal data are given, suppose just a number, there is no frequency orient case. Yes.
In case the question asks the show the representation of the graphical data, then we represent the bar graph, pie chart, histogram, all these, or only represent to the bar graph, pie chart, like that.
Obviously, in your question is mentioned which type of graphical presentation you have shown for your answer.
No, I think 1 year the question asked the representation of the graph, what is histogram, and representation to the graph only 20 mark.
So only you can show the histogram only. If in your class orient data you use the graph histogram and frequency polygon.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, last time it was asked skewed and symmetric histogram.
वो different चीज है.
Okay.
हाँ,
So you are going to teach us after this?
obviously.
Okay.
When you have only the data, that is the XODient, that is a class is not only a number, not the class. That is this portion only a numbers. Suppose this one, year, and with this frequency. This type of case is only the bar graph you have shown for. And histogram and frequency polygon just used for the class orient data. That is, you have the range for it. Okay.
Hello, ma'am.
Huh.
Here, ma'am, 86, 87, and 88, you have given little space. So when we will draw in exam and in the chart, we will put some space like this.
And obviously both, all spaces are in the equal. All spaces must be in equal length measurement.
Yeah, but
Hello,
if it is a continuous one, like 86, after that 87 is coming.
नहीं
So
नहीं नहीं, इसे continuous नहीं होगा bar graph में.
okay.
hello, ma'am. Ma'am, in one year the question asked, discuss briefly some of the important type of diagram which are used in representation of the statistical data.
फिर से और एक बार बताओ.
Discuss briefly some of the important types of diagram which are used in representation of statistical data.
Just questions are. बोलो क्या बताए question में.
Ma'am,
फिर से.
discuss briefly some of the important types of diagram which are used in the representation of statistical data.
Of statistical
Data.
Discuss briefly some of the important types of diagram which are used in representation. All type. And with their small example.
Yes, ma'am.
Small example with that, not only the theoretical case.
Ma'am, that example is give for another question.
Example?
No, there is no example. Yes, no problem.
फिर से बोलो.
You say give, ma'am. You say give some example and representation the data.
Some details you consider some data. All type you have discussed here.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. May I start for the mean mode median?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
First one, mean. Mean, that means normal average. Okay. When you have only the numbers, you have the find out the average. Suppose you have 13, 14, 12, 17, 20. Normally average. That is AM. Arithmetic mean or the arithmetic mean नहीं छोड़ दो, इसको जो mean है the average. What is this? Sum of the numbers divided number of the numbers. I think all of you know about the average about it. But,
Yes, ma'am.
but with the statistical case, suppose number of means number of families. That means one man in how many families? 4. 2 men, suppose 10 families. 3 men for 15 families. 4 men for 10 families. 5 men for 7 families. 6 men for 4 families. Okay. So how can we find out the mean? Mean, that means summation of x divided by summation of f.
Frequency.
What is summation f? Number of families represent frequencies. Represent frequency. So summation f, that means total frequency. Summation of fx, sorry. Summation of fx. Total frequency. So you have another column for the fx. This is our x. This is our f. This is our fx. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4, 10, 15, 10, 7, 4. So what is fx? 1 into 4, 4. 2 into 10, 20. 3 into 15, 45. 4 into 10, 40. 5 into 7, 35. 6 into 4, 24. So summation fx, that is, obviously you take here, summation fx. All numbers are added together. 4 plus 20 plus 45. 24 plus 48, 69. 69 plus 40, 109. 109 plus 35, which is 144. And 144 plus 20, that is 168. And what is summation f? That is all frequencies are added together. 4 plus 10, 14. 14 plus 15, 29. 29 plus 10, 39. 39 and 7, 46. And 4, 50. So mean is equal to, according to formula, 168 by 50. Okay. This is a normal case. And after calculating it, you will get the value of the mean. But you have the number, it is in the classical formation. Tabular presentation, that is a classical presentation. Then how can we get the mean? There are also two methods. One for the summation fx by summation f, and number 2, which is standard deviation method. Standard deviation method. A plus summation fd by n into I. Obviously, all types A, fd, n, I, all as the significant. A for assume mean. I for width of the class or the class size.
Interval.
And n for total frequencies. D for x minus a by I. Okay. And this here, summation fx by summation f. When we have a classified program, suppose the class is zero to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. And under this, the frequencies So these are the given datas, class and also the frequencies. So for the fast formula summation fx, if for the frequency we have known. So obviously, easily you get for the summation f. But any idea about x for it?
Yes, ma'am. The class mark is defined here.
Ah,
Class mark we find here.
x for the mid value.
Mid value, ma'am.
Okay, x for the mid value. That means upper plus lower by 2. So 0 plus 10 by 2, it will be 5. 10 plus 20 by 2, it will be 15. 20 plus 30 by 2, 25. 30 plus 40 by 2, 35. It will be 45, 55. Now easily you get the fx. 5 into 10, 50. 40 into 15, 210. 16 to 25, 400. 12 into 35, it will be 420. And similar 28 into 45, I think it will be 1260. And it will be 550. Next, you get the summation fx, that is all numbers are added together, and summation f, obviously all frequencies are added together. Now mean is equal to summation fx by summation f. But if in your question it is mentioned that is the standard deviation method, then you will follow this formula. So what is A? A is assume mean. So how can you assume mean? Assume mean is selected from the mid value column. Assume mean is selected from the mid value of the column. Any number you can select for the A. But for the better calculation, you take tricks for this. What is the tricks? Suppose you have the class. How many classes are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 classes. Okay. So if the number of classes is even number, that is here 6 classes, then you take the middle class, middle plus 1. That means the 4th class. Okay. And if the number of classes are odd, then you take the total number plus 1 by 2. That is, if you have the 7 class, you take the 4 also. So you have the number of classes are even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Middle class will be 3. We take just after the middle class. That is here. You take here A. Not necessary that you follow these tricks. You can take obviously 5. You can take always 55. Not matter. Now for D, D is equal to x minus a by I. That means I for here 10. 5 minus 35 by 10, it will be minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Next for FD. That is, each frequency is multiplied with the corresponding D. 10 into 3 minus 30, 14 into minus 2 minus 28, minus 16, 0, 28, and 20. It will be summation FD. Okay, you calculate these terms and you will use the formula and you will get the final value of the mean. Any doubt for it?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
All of you?
Ma'am.
No, ma'am. Clear, ma'am.
Okay, very good.
Ma'am,
Yes.
ma'am, I have a doubt. Like, this is a continuous series of classes like 0 to 10, 10 to 20. If
Mhm.
in the examination there is a discrete series is given,
First you
like,
convert the continuous.
pardon me?
First you convert to the classes up to the continuous. Lower
Okay.
limit minus 0.5, upper limit plus 0.5.
So it is necessary here.
Obviously.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
And this time class size also will be changed. Suppose you have 1 to 9. 1 to 10. 11 to 20. 21 to 30. 31 to 40. This is the discrete class. So according to discrete class, what is the class size?
9, ma'am. 9.
9. But you cannot follow the discrete class. Must convert to the continuous. Mandatory.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So it will be 0.5 to 10.5. 10.5 to 20.5. 20.5 to 30.5. 30.5 to 40.5. So now what is the class size?
10, ma'am.
10. You take 10 because just forget this class. All calculations done with this class. For mean, for mode, for median, whatever. Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And suppose you have 0 to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29. This is also discrete. You take minus 0.5 to 9.5. 9.5 to 19.5. Clearly understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Will not to confuse for 0 to 9. Because 0 minus 0.5 that means minus 0.5 हो सकते हैं, छोड़ दो. तुम्हारा जो rules है वही follow करो. Discrete so continuous. 0.5 minus lower limit minus 0.5, upper limit plus 0.5. तो solution हो जाएगा. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
And minus 0.5 to 9.5, obviously class will be 10. Minus minus plus हो जाएगा ना? Okay. Any doubt?
Ma'am, like in the summation of fx, and then we found the value of d and fd. Can you
नहीं
put
नहीं,
the values
ऐसा
and
नहीं होता है. जब तुम्हारा पास ये मेथड मेंशन नहीं है, स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन मेथड मेंशन नहीं है, you follow this one up to this 1 2 3 4 this column, but in your question it is mentioned that the standard deviation method you need not to follow the fx, just you take class, frequency, mid value, then d and fd. Okay,
okay, ma'am.
just for showing an example we follow the one table, not that. Clear? Next.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
For standard deviation, is it always a continuous series? It should not be like 1, 2, 3 in the beginning x.
Standard deviation फिर से और एक बताओ.
Suppose here class is 0 to 10, 10 to 20. So it is a continuous series. So I am asking if it is a standard deviation, the question will be asked only in continuous series or a single digit number also will be there.
सिंगल डिजिट में स्टैंडर्ड डेविएशन का कोई जरूरत नहीं होगा.
Okay, so we can directly find the mean there.
Just you follow the summation fx by summation f. If you have the frequency, but you have no the frequency case also, just only the datas. The normal average, sum of the numbers divided by how many numbers?
Okay, ma'am.
Got it?
Yes.
Okay. For median, for the simple data, suppose you have 21, 12, 49, 37, 88, 46, 55, 74, 63. For this type of data, one for example, this second example also we have discussed. 88, 72, 33, 29, 70, 86, 54, 91, 61, 57. Whatever. There is no frequency case. Okay. First, you arrange the number in the ascending order. Okay. So what will be the arrangements? Which number is comes first?
12.
12. Then
21.
21. Then you go for 36. Next 46. Next 49. Next 55. Next 63. Next 74. Next 88. Okay. After this, you just count how many numbers are there. After rearrangement for the ascending order, then you count how many numbers are there. If odd numbers are there, there is separate case, and is the even number case, there is also a separate case. Okay. Now I count the number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Total 9. That is odd number. Okay. When odd, median will be n plus 1 by 2th term. Okay, n plus 1 by 2th term. So n, that means total. That means 9 plus 1 by 2th term. Not number, term. That will be 5th term. So from the first, what will be the 5th number? First, second, third, fourth, 5th. It will be 49. Clearly understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, for similar case, first we arrange all the numbers in the ascending order. 29, 33. Then comes, tell me, 54. Then
57,
57.
61,
61,
72, 70, 70, 72,
70, 72,
86,
88,
88, 90.
91.
Then what will be our task?
Counting the number.
counting the number.
Counting the number. Very good. How many numbers are there?
1 to
10
10.
number.
Huh?
12,
10, ma'am.
10.
10, ma'am.
10,
10. That is even. So median will be half of n by 2th position plus n by 2 plus 1th positions. That means 5th term plus 6th term. N for 10 here. 5th term plus 6th term. So half, first, second, third, fourth, 5th. That is 61
plus 70.
plus 70. It will be 131 by 2. That means 65.5. Clearly understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Next, obviously, our next problem for the median, where is the data and the frequencies, not class, just normal data. Just take out value. Frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. corresponding frequencies 3, 8, 12, 17, 26, 18, 9, 3, 1. When the frequency case arises for median, you must calculate the cumulative frequency, and obviously just only the less than type, not necessary both. Okay, so 3 plus 8 11, 11 plus 12 23, 23 plus 17 40, 40 plus 26 66, 66 plus 18 84, 84 plus 9 93, 96, 97. Okay, and after this you take n plus 1 by 2, that is 97 plus 1 by 2, 49. Okay, so which cumulative frequency shows just greater than 49?
66.
66.
66.
So corresponding value will be the median. 66 corresponding value will be 5. So the median will be 5. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
All of you?
Here n will be
Yes,
take
ma'am.
the last number
Yes.
of the cumulative frequency.
Obviously, n that means the total frequency. Na? When a cumulative frequency columns are overt, the last cumulative frequency represent the total frequency of the problems.
Okay.
ये कर लो, सेम होगा. ठीक है?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So class orient data and mode, obviously we discuss on the next class. What is the experience with me?
Great, ma'am.
Nice, ma'am.
Okay.
Fruitful.
क्या होगा, क्लास ओरिएंट डेटा हो जाएगा अजी? हाँ
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
आज होगा. ओके, थैंक यू. चलो.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, hello. Ma'am, in the next class, if the last year question can be discussed, then
हाँ
it will
हाँ
be
हाँ
better.
होगा. एकदम एकदम.
Okay, ma'am.
मैम मैम एक्चुअली लास्ट ईयर का क्वेश्चन पूछना था. मतलब डायग्राम एक गिवन डाटा दिया था, उसमें डायग्राम बताने को लिए बोला था. हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन में एम्प्लॉयमेंट स्टेटस था और वर्टिकल लाइन में रूरल एंड अर्बन मेल एंड फीमेल का डाटा दिया हुआ था.
अच्छा.
मतलब एम्प्लॉयड में दिया था 961 मेल एंड फीमेल में 701. अनएम्प्लॉयड में दिया था 11 मेल एंड 9 फीमेल एंड नॉट इन लेबर में दिया था 28 मेल एंड 283 फीमेल. वैसे अर्बन का भी एक दिया हुआ था.
एक मिनट. ये स्टैटिस्टिकल ओरिएंट प्रॉब्लम में जो होता है ना, मेरा पास पूरा डायग्राम और पूरा डेटा होता है तो मैं एकदम क्लियरली बोलने का पॉसिबल है. बेटर नेक्स्ट डे जब हम प्रीवियस ईयर का क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करूंगा तो ये मेरा पास तो क्वेश्चन रहेगा सब ना.
जी मैम.
आज मतलब मैं क्वेश्चन डिस्प्ले हो जाएगा तो मेरा बोलने के भी बेटर होगा और तुम्हारा समझने के भी बेटर हो जाएगा, है ना?
ओके.
ठीक है. एनी प्रॉब्लम?
No, ma'am.
So obviously for median, our requirement for cumulative frequency. Last we have one discussed on the OGIVs. हम बोला था ना जब cumulative OGIVs necessary for the median, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So cumulative frequency. First 116, 40, 99, 199, 240, 271, 290, 300. So what is the formula for median? L
Ma'am,
plus
yes,
N.
L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H.
Very good. What is the L? L
Lower
represent
limit of
lower limit of
median class.
median class. Very good. N represent the total frequency. CF
The cumulative frequency of the data.
हाँ cumulative frequency तो होता है but which section का cumulative frequency?
मैम मीडियन क्लास से पहले जो फ्रीक्वेंसी होता है टोटल फ्रीक्वेंसी।
Very good. Very good. Cumulative frequency of just preceding median class. And if
The frequency that median class.
Class interval.
corresponding frequency of the median class. And I represent class size for class length. So how can we judge what is your median class? Any guess?
Find the n, that is the total frequency. Then
This
And
our
cumulative frequency plus 1 divided by 2.
मैम यहाँ पर 199 होगा सर.
very good, very good, very good. Because this is our total frequency n. So n is even, then you take n by 2. When n odd, you take n plus 1 by 2. So n by 2 here, 300 by 2, that is 150. And similar case, just greater than n by 2, which represent 199. So corresponding class will be the median class. Median class will be 130 to 140. So what will be the L here?
130.
130. F here 100. CF here just preceding median class 99.
Yes.
And I here 10. And you have now got all the values of formula. Then when calculated, you will get the value of the median. And similar case for the mean. If you have the discrete class, you first convert to the continuous class. Then you will make. And then obviously, suppose this class, median class also will be the point orient number 135.5 to 145.5 is the median class. Then L will be 135.5. Clearly understood, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, can you repeat the last point, please?
Similar case for the mean. If you have the discrete class in your question, if you have the discrete class, then first criteria is the convert to the continuous class. Okay. Suppose continuous class, after converting the continuous class, one class you will get, that is 135.5 to 145.5. What's हो सकता है तो whatever for any data. Hello? Suppose you have a number 136 to 135, 135, 126. ये तो हम लोगों का discrete class है. Whatever for
Yes,
any,
ma'am.
not for this one. So our first criteria to convert to the continuous class. That means 125.5 to 135.5. 130, oh sorry, 145 होगा ना. 135.5 to 145.5. ओके, तो पूरा कैलकुलेशन करने के बाद हम लोग देखते हैं जी ये वाला जो क्लास है ना, ये हम लोग का मीडियन क्लास है। तो मीडियन क्लास में एल कौन होगा? लोअर लिमिट। इन केस यू टेक एल एज 135.5 नॉट 136। जब तुम्हारे पास डिस्क्रीट क्लास है, डिस्क्रीट जब कंटिन्यूअस क्लास में कन्वर्ट हो जाएगा, तुम डिस्क्रीट क्लास पूरा छोड़ दो। जस्ट ये ध्यान रखो जो तुम्हारा प्लस ओनली कंटिन्यूअस क्लास है, एंड पूरा कैलकुलेशन तुम लोग जो नए वाले जो कंटिन्यूअस क्लास तुम फॉर्म किया है उसके साथ भी तुम सॉल्व करना होगा। क्लियरली अंडरस्टूड?